Constructed in 1817, the century-old Prince George Hotel, recognized for its architectural and historic value by Ontario Heritage Foundation, makes it to the list of the Haunted Walk of Kingston. It used to be a hotel which now is a residence for long-term renters. And now letting you in on some insiders information, on going in the hotel, manager informed us about a new haunted walk taking place near the Queen's campus, making it a total of 3 haunted walks, with the other 2 from downtown Kingston and Fort Henry.
During the 1800s, the Herchmer family lived in this hotel. Lily Herchmer at the time was in love with a sailor who her parents strongly disapproved of. In secret, she would visit her forbidden love often. One night, Lily lit a lantern on her windowsill waiting for her sailor to return. She ended up falling asleep with the candlelight flames still burning. Later that night, a gust of wind knocked the lantern, lighting her bedroom with her inside into flames. Lily Herchmer's ghost has been said to be haunting the Prince George Hotel ever since.
We went inside the main office of the Haunted Walk, which is actually now the main floor of the old hotel. And we spoke to the manager and she told us about her experience working in the old hotel. She said she just kind of felt a little off in the building when she was working there, and she also seemed confident that there were other paranormal activities experienced by the other workers as well. She told us about her own personal story with the ghost Lily, and she said that she was once counting the till, but it didn't match her total. So she said out loud for Lily to give her money back, and there was a $10 bill waiting on the counter the next day.
At this location, 3 young boys were spotted burning in a fire. Sailormen walking by had seen them through the basement window. Legend has it that the boys were forgotten about in detention and never made it out of the building. Yesterday, as we approached this tour spot, we witnessed windows and doors that were left wide open, a discarded bathtub on the building steps, and caution tape along the side of the building.
Hochelaga Inn was built in 1876 in a Victorian-style mansion made of brick and wood. It used to be a family home, then a retreat for executives of the Bank of Montreal, then a place to rent apartments, and finally a bed and breakfast. There are many stories of how suddenly the TVs have turned off, people hear creeps gigglings, objects falling from nowhere, and how a dark figure has been spotted at the ends of beds. We tried to go into the inn to get first-hand accounts from the manager, but we were shied away and were told that the inn is trying to separate themselves from the spooky tales of the inn.
Skeleton Park, located in downtown Kingston, used to be a cemetery for soldiers from the French, British, and Indian battles in 1819, and later was used for burying townspeople that died from cholera epidemics that occurred. Burials at the cemetery now park ended in 1830, and over 60 years later, the area was abandoned, what meant gravestones were falling over, and the park was used as a garbage dump, what residents didn't like, so the city started to dig up the bodies, but because of the smell, they had to stop and left the rest of the graves alone. Then years later, the area turned into a park when the city plowed over the headstones and put down a layer of dirt, what means bodies are still under the ground today. Since becoming a park, there has been many paranormal happenings with residents around the area feeling a spiritual presence, and in the 1950s, boys would dig up skulls and put them on their bike, and dogs have been seen digging up bones. To this day, there is a huge gravestone representing the 10,000 mostly Irish and Scottish immigrants that were buried in the cemetery. Many times, construction has been taken place at the park. Work has had to be halted due to the discovery of remains.
Downtown Kingston does not only offer haunted walks but haunted trolley tours across several iconically haunted locations in Kingston. They tour downtown, the Rockwood Asylum, Kingston Penitentiary, and Fort Henry. This tour showcases Kingston's mysterious past and ghostly role in Kingston's early history. Book tickets online or at the Kingston Visitor Information Center at 209 Ontario Street.
After our walk, we decided that we wanted to find a coffee shop that had some fall-inspired drinks or treats, and we found a really nice cafe called Crave, and they had so many different flavors and a lot of different cinnamon rolls, and it was very delicious. Definitely would recommend after a nice walk in the fall.